From the studios of KENW on the campus of Eastern New Mexico University, it's You Should Know, featuring the people and events of Eastern New Mexico and West Texas.
Welcome to You Should Know. I'm your host, Evelyn Ledbetter, and today I have Chris Rekrut with me. He is retired military from the Air Force, and also lucky enough now we have him here at Eastern as a professor in the College of Business. So, Chris, thanks for joining us,
Thanks for having me back. Last time was fun, so I'm excited for this one.
and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
We don't say that often enough. Do you want to give just we have so much to talk about. We're going to dig into AI. Um, you kind of it's like a really great thing, or it can be a really scary thing. But tell us just a short little bio about yourself.
Yeah, 25 years roughly military, married, kids, older kids for the most part at this point. I've been teaching now here for going on my second year. I was visiting for a year, picked up a full time, so now it's fun. Uh,
It
and
seems
really
like
just busy.
well, and I was fortunate enough to meet you through Rotary, and so yeah, you're a good source of information. So this deal AI, give us a general like description. What in your mind do you associate with AI?
So I think many people think sci-fi and the next step in something really kind of crazy. In reality, any time it's a computer program that's making our job easier, better, more efficient, faster, really from a little bit more than a calculator. It's really a type of AI.
I always think back the '80s movie of Terminator,
Yeah,
and talk about hardcore AI.
exactly.
And of course, you never would have thought from that time frame in the '80s of where this has become a reality. I mean, ever chatbot and everything you get. The examples of where all we already find it in our everyday life.
Oh, I mean, for one, the smartphone. Everybody has it in their pocket, but to include the, it's like the adaptions of things. So we've always had GPS for a while now. I
Mhm.
can't say always, but for quite some time, from the Garmin's to the TomToms in our car.
Right.
The days of using a map or an atlas or printing out MapQuest is kind of old. But the AI tweak to it is not just the address and telling us directions, it's now warning us of traffic ahead and weather and obstructions. And
Right.
so really we're constantly using it even if we don't realize it. Netflix and chill, it now tells me what the next show is. It tells me what it thinks I'll like. The Google algorithms with what I should find. The
Mm.
phone always listening and suddenly you're seeing ads for what we're talking about. It's really everywhere at this point.
Yeah, when you're scrolling through something and all of a sudden it's like, "How did it know?"
Yeah, we just spoke about
We
this.
just talked about I was looking for XYZ, and all of a sudden I'm getting these ads. Isn't
Exact
that
exactly.
bizarre? It's kinda scary.
It can be, it can be. I mean, to be fair, there's microphones, there's cameras that's constantly taking pictures and hearing and listening, and
So if
it
you want a private conversation, you better go back on the back 40 of the farm and leave your phone at home.
definitely.
Oh, well, and your thoughts, I mean, you're in education, so this is a whole new world of where this can go and what's gonna be done. But
Yes. I think more so than new world, I think it's the new new. It's I think my teachers were scared. I mean, you think late 90s when everybody started Googling
mhm.
and the internet was really starting to get popular, in early 2000s even more so, and this is the new Google. It's just the next evolution of what we've already been kind of growing towards.
Well, we were talking prior to we before the show started of the things that I already go to ChatGPT to say, "Find, some information on this," or "Give me a bio on this."
Yes.
You're already using it. "Find me a picture," or "How many miles is it from here to there?" And it
Oh,
has
here's the ingredients in my fridge and cupboard. Help me make a dinner.
right.
It's actually pretty impressive what we could do with it.
It's yeah, it is. So, um, so this is not something that just came about
No.
yesterday. How long do you think this has been in development, or you
So
may know?
the first time AI was actually mentioned in a research journal, so as far as academia and people really researching it, was actually 1956. So it's been a long time. So 1950s, AI has been discussed and actually talked about,
So half a century, over half a century.
which is crazy to think about because my mom is closer to that age,
Mhm.
and she was using an abacus and a slide rule. I don't think she would have ever even known what artificial intelligence is at that time frame, but people did. And it's been slowly shifting ever since from basic skills like computer games and
Hmm.
being able to play the computer chess or backgammon or cards. And then around 2010 is really where it started shifting to machine learning. And then really with the internet
Hmm.
is garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah, right,
So the
exactly.
more information it has, the better really answer it could give us. So as the internet's been continuing to grow and grow and grow, AI is getting better and better and better. So the last 10 years has been 15 years has been just amazing.
You
It's
know,
changing daily at this point.
I think this is truly like the cusp of, we're right on the edge of like almost to the point of when computers really became up and going
Yeah.
in the early 80s to this is the next big thing that'll have a profound change on everybody.
I think so. I mean, our math teachers, when I was in school, said you never have a calculator in your pocket. So do the long division. Certain people with accounting fields,
Naming no names.
of course, some of them get upset if we don't know all the long division, and I understand that. And I think there's something to be said with knowing how to do it
Mhm.
or the meaning behind it, even if you don't really know how. And then there's the lost art, like losing cursive and
Right,
like we've chatted about.
right.
It's AI shouldn't remove what makes us human. It should enhance what makes us human. And,
And
and
use,
that's really the balance is finding that's hard.
and we talked about this too. The genie's out of the bottle. There's no putting this
Yes.
back. It's here to stay.
Yes,
So
for sure.
it depends on how we choose to embrace it. So in your classes, what is your philosophy?
So I actually tell my students straight out that I expect them to use it. For one, I know they're going to. And statistically speaking, I've had a few that truly say they don't, and I believe them. I mean, I do. Maybe I'm naive, but I really think they're telling the truth. And it's impressive to know that they're doing this completely on their own, the old school ways per se. But I think they should use it. It's going to the card catalog in the library and using the Dewey Decimal System and finding a book and finding the book, getting the book and
Mhm.
researching. Nowadays, I could just do a simple prompt and get 7 peer-reviewed journal articles on a major topic. The catch is, are you verifying it? Are you
Mhm.
validating it? It's not always accurate. In fact, sometimes it's far from accurate.
So in the classroom, what are the things that are a catch? Like how do you know?
Yeah.
What are the gives
I
or
don't
the
want to.
tells? Oh, you don't want to tell
I
them,
don't
huh?
necessarily want to give the students the
What you're
ability
looking
to cheat better. No, there's some
They'll
stuff,
ask ChatGPT how to do it.
right? Consistency is key. Writing styles change suddenly. Either you suddenly got a writing coach or a writing tutor, or use the writing center, uh,
Your
or
vocabulary
or
changes.
something changed. Are you suddenly using words like moreover and furthermore, additionally, instead of just your normal flow of speak? Another one is contradicting statements, and that's a big one. Is one paragraph in AI will say this is a glass with water. The next paragraph will say it's a cup with something liquid. And it's not wrong by any
Right.
means, but it's not consistent. So you start seeing these inconsistencies and then really depth. AI lacks depth. It's really, really good currently at giving us basic information. It's not really good at going in the weeds. So that's where I say it should enhance us. Our subject matter expertise should be enhanced with AI.
So at this point, it's putting some things you generate with AI give you references.
Yes.
So if you're going to fact check, tell us what all you need to do on that.
Oh, the first thing is ask for a reference. It will make up stuff. A funny example is we're using books in some of these classes that might be
Mhm.
on edition 9. AI will literally reference edition 14. Uh, th- 9 is the newest. There's not even a 10, yet alone a 14. It'll just sometimes kind of make stuff up, which is really scary. It'll reference a medical journal, and you might be in a class for computer science, and maybe there's a link, maybe, but odds are you're in the wrong journal. It's off.
And do you really want to? You're going in to see a physician. I mean,
Now's the time to
you would
eat
like
healthy.
we would like them to know what they're really that they're not in the back corner
Yeah, I mean,
looking up.
well, I mean, we used to use WebMD. I don't
Uh-huh.
know if you ever played
Oh, and
around
it
on
would scare
there,
you to death.
and oh my, anything you put in there, we're dying of everything.
Right.
It's
Yep.
scary.
You're a goner.
But the truth is, I joke about it. Now's the time to drink water and eat healthy because it's possible some of our physicians are getting their degrees through a
Through.
lot of AI. You hope it's enhancing their learning.
Mhm.
You hope it's making their own tools better. their own thought better, but some use it as more of a crutch than an assistance, if that makes sense. Like,
Sure. And the same way with your students, if they're not learning how to do the task and giving
yeah,
them thought processes and engaging, you still need that human aspect
absolutely.
in there.
Human plus AI. It's AI plus human. It's not able to replace us. It isn't,
Right.
and it shouldn't go rogue. So at some point, we need that balance of our ethics, our thought process, our critical thinking,
Mhm.
our human brain.
One of the biggest concerns is jobs.
Yes.
There's a lot of, we don't know where this is going to go. So a lot of people are saying, boy, what jobs is this going to eliminate?
Yeah.
So I know you have a whole thought process on that.
Well, anything remedial, anything assembly line, manufacturing, if it's something that a robot, an AI can simply just take over, moving a cup from one place to another, put it in a package. We've been doing this for ages. And most industries been slowly introducing robots. My mom worked for Kaiser Permanente, which is a medical type place, a regional lab, ages ago. I mean, you're talking 35 years ago.
Just
And I know that, right? But this is with regards to
Mhm.
AI, it's ages ago.
Right.
They had robots. It was actually called Lois and Clark. It was two of them. And they would go around the laboratory holding a tray with petri dishes and blood samples. And this was, I mean, I was young. And then this was normal. So this is way before 2010. This is way before the modern internet. This is way before every home having computers.
Mhm.
So it's really just been shifting ever since. The catch is as jobs leave or maybe get changed,
Right.
other jobs are being created. So we need guidance of AI. We need integration of AI. We need fact checking of AI.
Mhm.
I mean, you hear fake news in the news, and someone should be there to fact check it
Sure.
and to guide AI.
Well, I have my thoughts are like the Industrial Revolution.
So, yeah.
I mean, you change things from making a part with, if you're a blacksmith, you were shoeing a horse and making it, and compared to all of a sudden you had factories. So jobs went away. So the trick is, what do you need to do?
The trick is to evolve. It's to stay relevant.
Mhm.
So as the blacksmith no longer, blood, sweat, and tears over hunks of steel to make
Mhm.
stuff, well, learn how to operate the machine.
Right. Or to
Learn
work
how
on
to
it.
program the machine or fix the machine.
Right. Right.
That's going to be a huge, huge industry nowadays. Is how to fix the robots,
Yeah.
how to repair the computers, how to code the computers, beyond just fact checking, but actually repairing it. The trade work, I think, is coming back.
Well, we see this in agriculture. I mean, GPS on the tractors, they're
Yep.
self-driving. Um, I think at some point, autonomy, they'll be out there on their own. At this point, you still have to turn on the ends, but it'll get better. But you're still going to have someone to go put diesel in and do the repairs in the fields.
And it's possible that even that will someday evolve out. But in reality, there's something to be said with a farmer knowing the soil
Hmm.
or knowing the season. And AI can determine soil quality. It could determine blood.
Sure.
It could determine blood quality for breeding cattle, and
Hmm.
it's super impressive what it could do. But there still comes down to that gut instinct, and really that's often kind of what makes human human.
The human piece of this.
And I think if we enhance that, it'll continue to make us better.
What industries are we seeing this in already to the highest level?
Medical is a huge one. And researching modern medicines, new medicines, it's able to run tests in seconds behind the scenes that would take us weeks and hours and years and whatever. But then also like that pre-medical, the identifying something before it's bad, the preventative medicine. So maybe it sees something in our body or in our blood count or something that's not a problem, but it might be in 9 years, 10 years. And maybe a doctor wouldn't have seen it with the naked eye, for example. So really microscopes allowed us to see more. AI is allowing it to go even further. It's connecting the dots with what the microscope sees to what millions of research articles have connected to.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of articles already talking, is AI something that could actually maybe find some leadways into cancer treatment that we have not thought of on our own.
I think very much so. I really do.
When you have access to everything everywhere.
especially if it's truly on the World Wide Web, right? I
Hmm.
mean, the internet, we often think in our own silos, our own bubbles, but it is www, it's worldwide.
Right.
And so if we start thinking of research being done in one nation and suddenly AI has access to it all, it's amazing
You're
what it can
collaborating
do.
with everybody everywhere.
To include farmers. So what about growing crops in
Right.
regions that can't
Right.
because of things that we're doing here in New Mexico with chilies?
Sure.
And we don't know how it's going to connect.
Right.
Manufacturing and machine learning, it's really affecting, I would say, every industry.
I know for us, we have sensors out in the field on our water, our moisture content, your fertilizer, your quality of your ground, and it's sending that information in automatically and mixing up the biologics and different things we use. So,
Yeah, but I would say, I mean, for sure, it's every industry.
mhm,
I really think so.
yeah, it's already a lot more in our lives than we think. So, do you think the trade jobs will become more important
I
through this?
I do, but I mean, I always joke with some people or students and stuff, like, not everybody needs advanced level degrees. And in reality, people like Bill Gates call a plumber.
Hmm.
Elon
Right,
Musk needs a drywall
right.
person. So at some point, I do think trades are important, but I think trades are shifting as well to that computer repair type of trade.
Hmm.
The coding is more of a skill than a trade, but I think in the future, even like computer coding will almost be considered a trade.
Don't you think right now that this is almost like the Bill Gates back in the day, that the next billionaires, the people that get a handle on this and market it in the right way?
Oh, for sure. And there's people that have created businesses through AI
Hmm.
and they're selling their business through AI. And it's AI algorithms that are doing everything for the business. So, I mean, they're literally set it and forget it, hands off passive income with AI generating the business model, generating the business strategy, producing a product and selling a product. And they just collect a check. It's impressive. We have the first AI movie star.
I read.
It's considered art at this
Hmm.
point. There's a lot of actors and actresses getting
Right.
really upset. From a customer stance, we just want to watch an entertaining movie. I don't know if anybody really cares if it's a human or not, if it's entertaining and done well.
Sure, that's
But from
true.
a job security stance, I mean, this what happens to actors and actresses.
And
It's
and your songwriters and your
exactly.
singers and your musicians, and do you want that human element versus it being so perfect?
Yeah, and with music, there's you could read the piano music, you could play piano perfectly by theory, but there's something to be said with having the heart and the soul behind it.
Would you rather listen to a CD or go to a concert?
Oh, live for sure.
Right. So there's still that aspect that that,
Yes.
that we still want that human interaction.
Yeah, definitely.
But so just getting ahead, so to prepare, tell me what would be the best way to go to classes or start learning this?
My opinion is use it. Just start using it. But don't think you need to be a tech expert overnight. This isn't about trying to download every app that exists. Start small.
Hmm.
Try little things like different maps and different Googles and different search engines, and try to make a recipe.
Right.
Try a new menu option. Tell it what you have in your cupboard and see what it can make for dinner.
What do you use it on?
I literally am on it quite often, almost daily at this point. I've tried it for workout plans. Clearly, I don't stick to those. I've tried it for food ideas. I've done it for ideas in the classroom, and I think it's important not to lose our voice.
Mhm.
So we shouldn't lose what we are as teachers. Students shouldn't lose their voice as students, and professionals shouldn't lose their voice as professionals, but to enhance it. So we covered this topic this week. What's something we could do in 5 minutes in a classroom that will help? And it might help generate ideas that I couldn't have thought of.
Mhm.
It could free up time for me to then focus on what's more important. Individual learning, customizing my lesson plans to each student, making it better for content, application, and instead of just regurgitating information.
Really
And
dig into that. And we talked about this a little earlier. Do you think that this has the potential to give people too much free time?
I do think it can. And yeah, we did joke. It's you never say you're bored in the military.
Right.
You wouldn't with family either in most cases. We'll find you something to do. The catch is what do you do with your free time? And this again comes down to enhancing the human element. So if I am naturally lazy and seeking a shortcut, AI will help me with that,
Right.
which doesn't help anything. But if I'm naturally curious and want to get things done, AI will help me with that and give me more time for my curiosity,
Mhm.
more time for my own passion, more time for time with family and things like that.
Do you think that this will be have a negative impact on youth with I don't know.
I think it's
Do do you
perspective
think it'll
based.
pull them away from having relationships with friends and things like that even more than what today?
Or I would argue it could enhance it. It's and a lot of the kids get teased. I say kids, young adults as well, get teased for having their face glued into a phone,
Right.
and bad necks and bad posture from constantly texting. And the truth is it's the days of playing outside and drinking from a garden hose aren't gone. It's just changing.
Well, I see it here on campus when students walk out of classes, they're on their phones walking out the doors.
But I also see
Instead of
amazing
us laughing and
friendships.
joking about making fun of the professor or whatever we
Yeah.
were doing when we were that
But
age
they might be doing the same jokes about the
with
professor,
somebody
but
else.
through a text and through a chat and possibly worldwide. So, it's almost a different type of culture. It's a different type of, it's the same that we've done. They're just doing it differently.
And there's different types of AI, right? There's, I mean, not a general AI is what is more scary, right?
Yes.
Which is it can do anything.
Yeah. So normal AI is the normal AI that everybody sees. And that's from speech to text and the tools that help people with audio visual, issues, accessibility type stuff, the GPS, like we talked about, the stuff you use on your farm. I mean, it's,
Mhm.
it's, it's normal. We use it daily.
Right.
The next level, it really doesn't exist yet. That's where things get like the movie Terminator. That's where things are sci-fi, and that's the ability to replicate human thought.
So
It's
so tell me, what do you think the safeguards? How does this is the time in this time of life. Where are those safeguards? What needs to be done now? Because how do you control this?
and that's where I think we really need to get a hold of it. I would argue that if we're not teaching it correctly, the ethical, responsible use of it,
Mhm.
I think we're doing a disservice. Not only do I not think our students will be ready for a digitally modern workforce with digital literacy skills, so if they get a degree, do they know how to use it? Do they
Mhm.
know how to use AI in the real world? But also the ethical use of it, regardless what job they get, regardless what degree they finish with, regardless whether they go to school. AI doesn't hurt people, but it can be used to hurt people. So think of it as drinking and driving, or eating unhealthy, or
Right.
firearms, or any other taboo topic over the years. It comes down to the education around it, the ethical use of it.
I had a very smart math teacher in high school. He was a World War II prisoner of war veteran. But as right as the Radio Shack Tandies came into being, he said, "Kiddos, this is the wave of where it's going. Get on board now, or you're going to be left behind." And I think you could say that same thing on this.
I really do think so, and
This is
not
where it's
that
headed.
and not that you can't live off grid, or no internet or no apps. I mean, you absolutely can. People do it,
Hmm.
but the truth is, can they do as much? And I think at some point, again, it should enhance what we're doing. We just need to trust but verify.
Sure.
Use it ethically, and then verify. Don't just assume it's correct.
Yeah. I think it'll, I do. I think it'll change a lot of jobs. It's just if you're ready for, you're not going to probably, there's going to be a lot of jobs that won't be the same as they were,
Yeah.
but continue to grow. So what do you say? What do you think like in 5 to 10 years? Where do you see this?
So 5 to 10 years, I still don't think it's going to be the sci-fi movie. I don't. I think it'll continue to evolve with better features, better functionality, more intertwined into everything, more connected. I mean, a lot of our appliances nowadays are hooked up to Wi-Fi,
And I wish they weren't.
right? But pretty soon, instead of just the robo vacuum that you could press a button and it goes and vacuums, pretty soon maybe there is a fall sensor that it sensed that something fell to the ground and then it naturally goes and does it. And at what point are we the Jetsons, if you remember the
Oh, sure.
cartoons?
Sure.
And at what point do we have the robot that's in our home? And I've recently saw something on the news that actually showed that's getting made and available for pre-orders. And but as far as, is it Terminator? Is it able to take over and, hurt man and do things? And I don't think in the next 5 to 10 years. I really don't.
Yeah. But it is something to be very mindful of. So
Yeah, it's really get on board or get out of the way, or
if
it's kind of that option.
we're so close on time, but I'm going to say if we have another, if I'm still here doing this and you're here in 5 years to come back and revisit and say, we were so naive or we hit it on spot Where were we
We
at?
were wrong. The robots are running the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, this is good. This is a good thing to dig into, and I really appreciate you being our guest today. We'll have to do it again.
Oh, for sure. Thank you.
And to all of you watching, thank you, and we will see you next time. Cheers.